Hello, I'm Katie Brown. For this assignment, I have chosen the question, does metformin plus insulin rather than insulin alone for people with type 2 diabetes improve patient outcome? To research this question effectively, it was necessary I identified the keywords in the question, which could be done with the PICO framework. P stands for patient, population, or problem. I stands for intervention or issue. C stands for comparison or control, and O for outcome. The P in this question is people with type 2 diabetes. I is metformin plus insulin. The C is the insulin alone because I am comparing the metformin with insulin to insulin alone, and the outcome is improved patient outcome. After this was completed, I identified potential alternate words in relation to each keyword. Apart from the comparison, which I did not do as it was not necessary for me to conduct my research. Once the key and alternate words had been identified, I was then able to select the databases I would be using. In terms of the keywords and alternate words, I have presented this in a table form to show which keywords fit in the PICO chart and what alternate words I used for the search. The databases I chose to use were Medline and CINAHL. Both of these databases contain academic journals and systematic reviews relating to medical information and nursing information. To choose these databases, I had to go into the EBSCOhost site and select Choose Database, which I have circled. I also included an image of what the list of databases looks like, putting an arrow next to the databases I chose. As I have now chosen the databases, I can then enter in the key and alternate words from before, and I have included images of these on the right here. For each text box, I typed in one set of key and alternate words. So for example, the top image shows I had typed in the words relating to the type 2 diabetes. The next image shows the metformin plus insulin, and the last image including the outcome, improved patient outcomes. In each of the images next to the text boxes I typed in is another box with the word "and" in it. This box allows me to search for different terms, and the "or" in the entered text allows me to search for a search term in a variety of different ways. Once the keywords had been entered before searching, I scrolled down the screen and selected Advanced Search to apply limiters for each database. I have circled at the very bottom of the last image. The only limiter I chose to edit at this stage was the publication type, as I knew I wanted a systematic review as my final results and did that right away. As you can see, I have put an arrow next to the selection of publication types. I've also circled the title Special Limiters for and then CINAHL plus with full text or Medline with full text to show that there was different sections. I didn't display the Medline as it had the same appearance as the Medline with full text. On this slide is the results I was left with. I was left with 15 results from the first limiters applied. While I only included one limiter across the 3 different databases, the publication date automatically updated for me, showing me that the results are between the years 2007 and 2019. I knew I was able to narrow this search down further, so I went back into Advanced Search. This slide shows that I selected English as a language as another limiter and ticked the box for human as the second limiter. So I was ensuring that the results were only relative to humans. Now, remembering the original question stating people with type 2 diabetes, so I know I'm not talking about animals or a specific age group. I knew selecting human I would be confirming that the results I would be left with included all people. Including these limiters only brought the results down by one, so I went ahead and changed the publication date to include articles between the years 2012 and 2019. 2019 I didn't have to change. It was actually the article that was the most recent. This only brought the results down to 10. By the end of the search, I had applied a total of 6 limiters to narrow the search question down, bringing it to a total of 10 results. From these results, I went through the articles to confirm systematic reviews and relevant information was included, and they were. While I was searching through, I also came across this academic journal article, which from the title appears to identify my exact question. Does metformin plus insulin rather than insulin alone for people with type 2 diabetes improve patient outcomes? To confirm this academic journal was a systematic review, I found where it says publication type and could see it included systematic review as well as meta-analysis. I took a screenshot of this and put a red square around it to show where exactly it said this. I chose this article to help answer the original question, knowing it was a systematic review, and I could see by the title it was extremely relevant to the question as well, which made it obvious that this was a good choice. Upon research, the article chosen conducted a systematic review, comparing metformin plus insulin and insulin alone for type 2 diabetes, which I discussed in the previous slide. Throughout the article, it discusses that 26 randomized control trials were conducted, with 23 of these trials providing data. While the results from this systematic review support the use of metformin plus insulin, it was noted that the study was not conducted over a long enough period of time, and there was no official evidence confirming that metformin plus insulin improved patient outcomes any more than insulin alone. Reflecting on this experience using the Rolfe et al. 2001 reflective model, the researching was efficient and effective to narrow down results in order to find sufficient evidence. I was able to search my question using the key and alternate words quickly and was left with sufficient articles. However, if I was researching the question in aim of finding sources to write an academic essay, I would aim to research multiple articles before deciding on the article I did. Upon reflection, I decided that while the academic journal I had selected from the title appears to fit the research question, did not actually provide me with the results and information I was hoping for or even needed. Next time, my goal would be to research other keywords and use different databases instead of just two, to ensure I was able to widen the possibility of gathering more articles. That is what I would normally do for other assignments, but as I had very little time, I didn't do that. This last slide here is my references and sources that I've used. Thank you.